If you're thinking of moving to Orlando, Florida, and you're tired of the same old cookie cutter new construction communities on the outskirts of Orlando, then you're going to want to see this new construction home in the perfect Orlando location, because it is anything but cookie cutter. Yes, it still has all the modern new construction efficiency of the others, but I've never ever seen features like this in new construction, and I've never toured a new construction home with a detached apartment. This modern industrial influence home is right in the heart of Orlando with mature trees and brick-lined streets in a location that is arguably as good as anything Orlando, Florida has to offer. And as I record this today, it's priced at almost $400,000 below appraised value. Today we're going to be touring this home and the detached apartment, and we'll be showing you around the entire neighborhood. So be sure to stick around till the end. So look, enough of me, let's show you around. Okay, so Kyla, spin around here, and I want to show everybody the streets here. Now, you're going to see these brick streets, and everybody knows that these brick streets are kind of rough to ride on. Well, it's a fantastic feature of this home because not all of these streets are brick lined. And what happens is sometimes people will cut through the neighborhoods, try to speed through as they're getting from one place to another throughout Orlando. Well, they're not going to come speeding through your neighborhood because you have this beautiful brick-lined street. Also, notice some of the trees, okay? And as we spin back around here, notice the trees in this yard. Do you see these trees in new construction communities? I don't think so. Can you think of any new construction where you've seen that, Kyla?
I've never seen not a tree like this.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. So, you know, they have a nice little landscape. I'm not going to make too big of a thing of that as I stutter on myself. But take a look here on the front, this little trim. And we're going to see this a couple of different places in this home. They have it also in the back towards the detached apartment, which we will come to in a bit. But it's a nice little touch, and they're really an eccentric touch, reminiscent of the time that this neighborhood was established. And even though we have all the benefits of the new, we still have some things of the old. Now this area here, the Lake Eola Heights Historic District, has all these homes that are older homes. Well, they have the architectural styles reminiscent of 20th century homes. A lot of bungalows, and it's very quiet here. Although there's a chainsaw or a blower going.
Of course, it's lawn mowing day.
Of course, it always is. Every time we do this, it's either garbage day or lawn mowing day. And while it might be quiet right here, there is so much going on within a mile, 4 or 5 blocks from here. But we're going to come to all that, and we're also going to get to the details and the pricing of this home. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at the porch, and it feels like I'm in a 1900s home. They have the chairs set up like our parents did. Okay, so take a look at the flooring here. These wood beams, just like they had back in the 1900s. Up top, of course, same thing. So they left a lot of this to give that old feel. Now, as we head towards the inside, you're going to see over here all the new I don't know if you can see that, Kyle. Let me move the rocking chair here. Outlets. So all the new code is up to date. All the efficiency, which we'll come more to. Out here, take a look at the top up here above the door here. All the trims, as though somebody like Henry Flagler or one of those guys lived here. 8-foot doors, and then let's head inside. Okay, so now we're inside, and boy, I love the smell. I love the smell of the wood inside.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a log cabin almost, in a good way.
It does. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home with a detached 2-car garage at around 2,600 square feet. There's a modern industrial feel in here, plus a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 630 square foot detached apartment that really matches this. So a lot of the theme is really kept throughout this. Now, it's important to note that I am not the listing agent of this home, just as I am not for any of the new construction communities I do. I just help to sell them, help get the word out about them. The listing agent wants more exposure for this listing for his seller, and he's graciously allowed us to tour this home with as many people as possible. But if you're looking to move to the Orlando area, simply reach out and give us a call. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's start off down low here with the floors. You're going to see these beautiful hardwood floors. I love the color. It's not the typical.
Yeah, I think maybe they stained them or something, so they look a little bit lighter, so there's not wood everywhere.
Yes. And then over here, look at this herringbone This is called herringbone, the way they are, and they kind of zigzag across here. So it's broken up really nicely. Up top, check out the beams, 12-foot ceilings here. And I just love how they did the white and the wood, so it's not just like a complete
complete log cabin.
Complete log cabin.
It feels modern.
Yes, yes. And then over on the sides, you're going to see the plantation shutters, and I guess I could open these so you can see in there that these are dual pane windows, but they open up for easy cleaning, which is nice. See if I can close it back. There we go. And then this acoustic wooden tile, very nice. They have a lot of that here throughout the home. And you know, there's a lot to see here. The other trims, take a look over here. Look what they did with the light. Now it's clearly not, but it makes me feel like it's an old light. And look at this. Look at all the trim detail.
Yeah, it really makes it feel like it's a historic home.
Yeah.
And I like that they added a second door here too, because you've got that one there that, you know, comes from the front porch, but really you'll probably be entering in this one.
This is definitely where you're going to be entering in and out of. But the detail all the way around. Now, a lot of things they've left in here, like down here, there's some of this. Maybe that could be clean, but the builder of this home has intentionally left a lot of this and done this intentionally for the feel, for that industrial feel. Kyla, look what they did here, how these are angled on the offset on this post. You know, these are more commonly just, you know, drywall posts. They just wrap it in drywall and they're done with it, but they've left the wood, they've given it a really nice touch. So this whole wall of windows, so it's late morning right now, and yes, we have these lights on and a little bit of recessed lighting, but you see how much natural lighting is in here. It's pretty incredible to me. So let's talk about the kitchen for now. Okay, so the first and most obvious thing in this home is this kitchen, the kitchen bar, the huge countertop, quartz. Now you will see the quartz in new construction, pretty typical, but Kyla, come around here and look at down here, all the way to the floor. Sometimes you'll see that in some of them, but not many of them.
It's a nice touch, and it keeps it easy to clean there, so you don't get a bunch of scuff marks.
It is, because if you have children, they're going to sit here, they're going to, even maybe not even children, maybe adults, are going to be kicking that wall off, and so this kind of helps keep from that. Now look at the lights up here. Let's kind of contrast this to new construction. New construction would give you 2 or 3 lights centered right here. But this, there's a whole new style. It goes all the way over here, all the way over to here. So the whole area is getting lit up.
Yeah, it blends in, I feel like, the kitchen really nicely with the dining room.
I think it's wonderful. And then over here, notice they have this, and look at the details. Look at the wood. Now this is cut here, but this is a 12-inch wide board all the way. You're not seeing that in any of these new construction communities. And then of course, the seating bench. And again, the detail, just show up here, Kyla, the detail. And I don't know, I know I already did it, but it's so incredible the way it stands out here.
Well, I like that they incorporate it into the kitchen too. I mean, it kind of, again, blends the whole house together.
It flows. And then of course, they have cafe appliances. I mean, wow. These are, cafe appliances are upgraded, very, very nice appliances. So this home, now we will come to the pricing and all that in a bit, but you know, just stick around because the pricing's pretty incredible on this home. In here, you have the same backsplash that you have on the countertops. Same quartz that matches the island we looked at a minute ago. Tall cabinetry, soft close. You're not going to find that in the in any new construction or any old home for that matter. Over here, you have a six. What's the word?
Burner.
Burner. Thank you. 6-burner range top with gas. And a convection oven, again, cafe, heavy door.
Very nice.
Okay.
Feels like a chef's dream.
Yes, yes. It's incredible, and the pricing is going to blow you away. So down here, they have plenty of slide outs, plenty of storage, and then over here, check out the little microwave. Kapow.
Very fancy.
I love that. I've seen these a couple times. Only seen this in one other new construction home, and that home was over $3.4 million. So, you know, I'm sure they can have that in any home, but I haven't seen that often. Of course, over here, they do have a garbage disposal button on top. And notice the the finish. Okay, you're going to see a lot of the industrial style finishes that really bring this home together between the classic and the new. Dual dishwashers, upper and lower, so if you don't want to run the whole thing, hey, don't. My wife and I, we like to wash a lot of our dishes, but sometimes we'll have, just a few, and maybe we just put them in there so we don't have them in the sink. Over here, plenty of more space, and then some of the details around the sides. You will see this in typical new construction, but you won't see it up top. These are all reclaimed beams. And Kyla, let me just point out up here, see the numbers? They've left a very rustic feel. In fact, there's more over here on this side, down here on this stairwell. And just look, another one of the beams that matches over there. And then look at the wood here.
Yeah, it's almost a subtle funky, if you will. The little detailing of these holes.
But subtle for sure, because it's very nice, it's not so eclectic that people aren't going to appreciate that. But that pretty much covers the kitchen. Let's come back this way, go back around here to the laundry room and all that, the back door. We'll come by this in a minute. But here's just a little closet. Now, this is the air conditioning closet. Whoops.
That's just AC.
Air conditioning on this side, one of the air conditioning units. There's another one upstairs. And then storage here. This here is the washer and dryer. Now, this is probably the only thing about this home that I think does not excel against typical new construction. It's just a regular laundry room. I can live with that. Super nice, plenty of space in here, and up top, they even have a storage thing.
Yeah, I mean, for the small amount of space, I feel like they've done a good job.
Very, very nice.
Giving you some storage.
Yes. And I'm going to close this back. And then Kyla, come into this bathroom. Check this out. Matching quartz countertops, floating vanity. And then this is a little more funky, you might say.
I like it.
That's the right word? I do too. It looks nice.
For a small space, I feel like you can do a little bit more funky.
Yes. They've really kept the style. We're going to see in the bedrooms upstairs. You're going to see how they're a little smaller, some of the bedrooms. But if you want big bedrooms, well, buy one of these brand new construction homes. Look at the tile here and the baseboards.
Well, it's not tile, it's wood.
Oh gosh, what am I saying? You know what I mean, folks. The baseboards.
And I like that they left, they didn't sand it down, you can see the detailing of the wood.
Very, very nice. So let's go ahead, we'll head upstairs. You want to just keep it running while we go upstairs?
Yeah, let's show them the detail of the stairs.
Let's do that. Notice the wood. Okay, actual wood. Very seldom do we actually see the wood style being kept throughout. Same thing over here. Not all wood by keeping some of it white. It has a nice look to it.
And they've even kept the original, holes in some of this wood. So
yeah, it's
really
fantastic.
Nice.
And then as we come up toward the top, look at the trim. More of the trim you're going to see down here. Why? Well, it's part of the aesthetic of this home. So we'll come to that room in a bit. That's our primary bathroom suite. That's pretty incredible. But let's go ahead and check out a second, I don't know, I'm calling it this bedroom has an ensuite. Now this bedroom is probably 10 by 12.
Yeah.
But look at the ceilings.
But it feels a lot bigger because the ceilings are so high, and the wood look gives it some depth, I feel like.
We just don't get tall ceilings in new construction homes on the second floor. Very, very seldom.
The detailing on the wall too with the lights.
More of the same trim. The lights are small. It certainly has an old home feel to it. And they kept the same floors too. Now these are not herringbone up here, but they're the same wooden floors. And then in the bathroom, you're going to see another floating vanity with the same quartz. Same quartz floats out. And then check out the shower, Kyla. Look at this, floor to ceiling tile. Super nice tile work that they've done here.
The pebble look.
Yeah, very nice for here in Orlando.
And then they still have the wood on the top.
Yes, it's everywhere. And then of course this slides very nicely. And then the closet, just showing our closet's not real big, I will say, but for suppose this home's built, let's just say in the 20s, you're not going to have a closet probably this big. Well, I look big on that camera, that close. Okay, So let's head out to the next bedrooms.
Oh, and notice these door handles too.
Oh yeah.
Different.
Yeah, I forgot that. You're right. Very, I don't know, they match.
Just different, yeah.
You'd have those glass knobs in other homes. And then up here, there's another bath right here. This is for the remaining 2 bedrooms. Same floating vanity, same shower theme.
Same theme, but different.
Yeah, a little bit unique. Has the pebbles. This builder has done a wonderful job. Now, this is not a national builder, and oftentimes we are working with national builders that we have relationships with, but quite often we have relationships with small builders that maybe can build you a home in a small lot, and they can do homes like this, or they can do more moderate $300,000 or $400,000 homes anywhere here in the Orlando area. This one here has a closet, nice closet they put in. They didn't just leave it.
I love that it has the wood, storage stuff, and not just like the plastic like a lot of builders have.
Yeah, and they kept the tall baseboards in here, just like the other home, other room rather. And then coming around, the next bedroom is just a little bit bigger, but it's pretty much the same thing. This one needs a little more lighting. I guess we're on the other side of the house.
Just because of where the sun is,
more shaded. But even here, look at the closets. Same closet. Place for your shoes even. mine just fill up my floors. So very nice. So before we get to the other dwelling, let's go ahead and check out the primary bedroom suite. This is, of course, it is upstairs, which when this home was built, those times, these primary bedrooms, they were all upstairs. And in this home today, you might have 3 or 4 people living. Back in the day, you might have had 8 or 10 people. But Kyla, come in, spin around. Just show them the trim up top, because I missed that. Look up top here at the trim here in the primary bedroom.
Definitely, like, it makes it feel like a historical home with that trim around. You don't really ever get that with new construction.
Right. Very, very wide trim. And then over here,
and the vaulted ceilings in here too, super nice.
It's not massive. It's probably 16, 18 feet by, I don't know, what do you think, 14?
Yeah, I have no idea, but it really doesn't feel small though.
No, it's very nice, very nice. The ceilings do that, and we're gonna come to that porch in a minute. Now, as we come in here, we're gonna see 2 walk-in closets, 1 on each side. Plenty of room for your stuff, plenty of room to hang goodies in there. And then in here, you're gonna see, check out this mammoth shower. Mammoth, is that the right word?
Massive. Mammoth too, I guess.
Mammoth.
I like that they did different tile work in here too. There's like 2 different types. And then of course the wood ceiling still.
Yeah.
And lots of these lights.
They've broken the texture up. I didn't speak of that in the primary, but look up here at the top. I don't know if there's a purpose or just for aesthetics with the board sticking down the other direction. You see that?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Just something different.
Dual heads, the thick glass. And then of course we have the same quartz countertops. You're gonna see the same ones I keep saying flowing through. A little makeup counter here. You'd like that? Mm-hmm. And then over here, I'm just gonna point out the tile walls that surround, much of this bathroom. Of course, plenty of natural lighting. I love it up here. Finally, a bathroom with a window that's nice and low, but for once we don't have to worry about that. And then over here, they have drywall, but look at the textures. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's as though it's still the old walls. If you see an old plaster wall, it will often have, I don't know,
just the texture, but there's a plus. This isn't falling apart.
There is a plus, that's right. And these, if you want to do something there, you can actually do that. So let's take a look at this balcony, and I don't know, I say wow. That's what I say, wow.
I like that it faces the front driveway, but you've got the shade still, so it's kind of private.
It is bright here. So Orlando is a very big city, okay? But it's got these little communities that are right close by. We have Thornton Park, the Milk District, and Mills, all within a mile, okay? And these are these little communities, if you will, with restaurants, delis, bars, live music. They have all sorts of events that come, and they'll actually block off little sections of town here. Right here, we're probably 2 blocks, I think, that way from the downtown Orlando YMCA. probably 4 blocks that way to the Colonial Drive, and a Publix. Colonial Drive or Highway 50 is the main thoroughfare through Orlando. So you're right in the middle of everything. Probably half a mile, less than half a mile that way to Lake Eola, which is a wonderful park, a centerpiece of Orlando with these sidewalks around it. There's plenty of birds and people walk, run, or whatever there. It's a great place to even take a nap. You can see all kinds of fun things down there. Just kind of a fun place to kind of hang out.
There's a lot of events there too.
A lot of events.
The farmers market.
Good point.
On
good
Sundays
point.
that I like to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. We're probably 1.2 miles which way? That way to the Central Business District, downtown Orlando. Probably 1.5 miles up there to I-4, which is a connection from Tampa all the way up from here, well up to Sanford, DeLand, Daytona Beach. Well, of course, the attractions the other way down there as well. We're probably 4 miles to Park Avenue in Winter Park, where I used to live. And we're probably 25 or 30 minutes to the attractions and all of that. And probably an hour to the beaches, Daytona and New Smyrna Beach. Now, look, these times that I mentioned, these are not at rush hour. Hear me well, it is not at rush hour because there's a lot of traffic here in the Orlando area, and these times can take you 3 times as much.
But you might not hit traffic just from here to downtown or Thornton Park because you're taking back roads because you're so close.
And you're only 1 mile away. So Highway 50, Colonial Drive might be backed up over here, but you're not going to be backed up going down this brick-lined street right here. Traffic is an issue, but look, we are so close to everything right here. I moved here back in the 80s, about 20 minutes east, so I know that some areas and some suburbs of Orlando are not as bad as some others. So when viewers like you call me because they're relocating to Orlando, I'm sometimes referring them to other areas of Orlando with less traffic. Or, sometimes other suburbs like Oviedo or Lake Mary, Sanford, Mount Dora, or even up to DeLand. So let's go ahead and let's check out the detached apartment and get to the pricing of this amazing home. Okay, so now we're outside of the main home. And we'll be coming to the ADU in a minute, but I wanted to point out this main area in between here. Now they put turf down, a lot of acorns. It is the season for acorns to be falling here from these trees, but they have a couple picnic tables here. I think it's a wonderful space. The kitchen is right close by and it's shaded. Now they do have these here, but it's just a really nice area between the main home and the detached apartment. Now they have wood walkway going all the way around to the garage. Now we're not going to show you inside the garage. They do have some bamboo growing up here next to the fence. So eventually, I don't know, probably a couple of years, that entire home is going to be completely gone. So show them up to the outside here, Kyla. And let's go ahead and let's head up and let's head inside that building and we'll talk about some pricing while we're there as well. Okay, so now we're on the front porch of this detached apartment. Of course, it's elevated. We just came up the stairs. Very, very comfortable up here. And still 8-foot doors you're going to see. Plantation shutters here. And then as we come inside, you're going to see the same features that we saw in the other home. You're going to see the tall baseboards, all the detail trim, the same lighting, and the same ceilings all the way. So a room like an apartment like this is going to rent for between $1,500 and $1,800, perhaps more. Now you can Airbnb this up here if you live in the front. At least that's what we're told. But as we understand it, you can Airbnb this. But as you're going to see, this entire home can be, it's not just a little tiny thing. It's 600 square feet and it's got a full kitchen and everything. We'll come to the kitchen in a second. So what's really cool here is you have a full bedroom. This is not just some little efficiency apartment. Same trim, same lighting, same tall doors, same closets, okay? Same things that you're going to see on the bottom. They do have track lighting on the wall. I don't see anything for a ceiling fan, which I think I'd want a ceiling fan in here. And folks, you will too. You live in Florida. Most Floridians want their ceiling fans. And then the bathroom, well, I guess I should talk about the little...
Yeah, a full washer and dryer. I mean, that's great for a rental.
Little storage pantry next to it. And the floors, I didn't talk about the floors, but the floors are the same as in the other home as well. Not in the herringbone style, but same floors, same feel. In the bath, You're gonna have the same glass shower, same pebbles.
It rolls like a barn door. Yeah.
It rolls, baby.
Which is nice because then you don't have the shower door kind of in your way since it's a smaller space.
Right, right. And speaking of that, you know, back here there's a pocket slider door. Okay. And then of course the same granite that quartz that we keep speaking of. And the mirror, I like what they did this mirror. How they put it in there at an angle and they left the old, you know, keeping with that old industrial style.
Yeah, and it doesn't block the light from the window. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love this little place. I could almost live up here just by myself. So next we have the kitchen area, microwave over the hood, over the stove, and then Frigidaire appliances. Now these are not the cafe, but they're still very nice appliances. They've made good use of every inch of space. Does have a dishwasher, same quartz.
It's lots of storage too for it being a small kitchen.
Look, and it isn't like they cheaped out here. So for the price of this home, it's pretty incredible. Under cabinet lighting they put up, and refrigerator, it's a pretty typical refrigerator.
And space for a little pantry.
Yes, look at
Actually,
this.
a big pantry.
That's a lot of space.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of homes that were bigger than that did not have that much. So this home's the main home's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a 2-car detached garage, which is down below us, and has 2,600 square feet. And this 630-foot detached apartment together, they're selling for $1,295,000. Now remember, that's $400,000 less than the appraised value. So you're walking in here with $400,000 of equity as of today. Now, I don't know if the seller will move on his price. I don't know the answer to that, this builder, but with almost $400,000 in equity, it's not a big deal. It's the least of my worries. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.